Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Alexandra Palace. We're here by royal appointment. It's me, Chris Beale, and I'm joined by the man who gives zero pucks, but Mr. Ben Hyde, as we're about to bring you the final. South to the Wilkinson Conference. It's the Haringey Huskies versus the Basingstoke Buffalo. It's the story of the team whose rink has been falling down for a season, looking to try and add a wonderful, pleasant chapter to end out this season, versus the team trying to win on their home rink and banish the spectre of a final last year where they lost 6-1 to the Invicta Mustangs. So we're going to start. I'm going to take you down through the rosters. We're going to start with the Haringey Huskies, who, despite being, as I said, on their home ice, they have been designated the away team for this game. So at 2, Martin Sazaz. 4, Bryn Griffiths. 5, Sam Roberts. 6, Peter Toff. 7, Matt Hepburn. 9, James Hepburn. 16, Corey Taylor. 17, Stuart Appleby. 21, Jaden Bulker. 23, Stephen Woodford. 27, Joseph Terrell. 29, Connor Smith. 30, Tom Adams. 41, Cassius McCormick. 42, Tom Avery. 48, Ben Beldacos. 50, Luke Clark. 58, Matt France, not Matt Francis as we were calling him yesterday. 61, John Beldacos. 73, Joe Willingham. And 84, Leo Ciancella. And for the designated home team for this game, the Basingstoke Buffalo. Number 7, Harry Harkup. 8, Sam Hemmings-Mayer. 11, Hallam Wilson. 13, Sam Compton. 15, Josh Richards. 16, Cam Buckle. 17, Yanni Vertinen. 18, Freddie Stevens. Paul Petts at 19. 21, Adam Jones. 24, Lewis Nicholson. 26, Christian Nicholson. 28, Harry Tempest. 29, Alex Sanford. 33, Morgan Parsons. 34, Mackenzie Parsons. 43, Aston Keep. 44, Tom Banner. 81, Carl Graham. 83, Xander Robinson. And number 93, Dan Weller-Evans. And in a late edition that happened this morning, also number 9, Josh Bundy. So Ben, as I said, we've got 2 great stories going into this. A team looking to win on home ice and a team who have had a rough go of it this year with the issue surrounding their rink, looking to try and add a nice cherry on top to a bit of a sour season in terms of things happening with their rink. What do we think is going to happen here?
Well, firstly, of course, there's more than 2 things that are husky in this rink today other than our voices from scoring 4 games yesterday. But this is the final, I think, that the neutral would have wanted from this division. You've got the spirit of the Basingstoke Buffalo, having the whole of RG22 behind them with the downfall of the Bison. And then the home side, the Haringey Huskies, packing their own barn as they have been doing all season. And they did it in the playoff finals here last year, despite taking that defeat to the Invicta Mustangs. They will not want to feel that pain again.
No, they will not want to feel that pain again, especially after a hard, and we're just going to pause for the national anthem. So, as I was saying, the Huskies will definitely want to avoid the pain of a repeat defeat in a final on their home ice. They got here yesterday for a grinding 2-1 win over the Peterborough Phantoms, a low-scoring game that was very much a game of 2 defences trying to outwork each other, that ended up going the way of the Huskies, with Connor Smith and Appleby getting on the scoreboard for the Huskies. The Buffalo, on the other hand, they had what was quite an exciting ding-dong battle of a game to open the weekend. A 5-2 win over the Guildford Phoenix. Cam Buckle and Alex Sanford bookending a hat-trick for Hallam Wilson in the game yesterday.
Well, I mean, after the Huskies made it through against the Phantoms, I spoke briefly with Nathan Pollard this morning, who almost apologised for the quality of the game. But as you say, it was attritional. Both sides were defending well, neither wanted to make a mistake, and that's why it ended up being the game that it was. Huskies probably deserving it in the end. But that first game of the day, you could sense the anticipation in the air. The crowd was full nice and early. The 10:30 face-off and the Basingstoke Buffalo were ready. The Phoenix looked a little bit caught in the headlights, but obviously with 2 trophies already this year, there's not much of a regeneration for them to come back from the ashes for next season.
No, and obviously the Huskies will be looking to add a trophy to a cabinet that they were so desperate. They've come so close on a couple of occasions this year to adding something. They fell short in the league campaign, they fell short in the cup campaign. Can they finally get one over the line here and win a trophy here on home ice in front of a very loud and boisterous home support?
Of course, if it goes the other way, there'll be 3 days of national celebration declared in RG22.
Of course. Our starting netminders this evening will be Dan Weller-Evans and Luke Clark in the pipes for the Huskies as the face-off sees it played down into the zone, and France will play it up along the boards. But it's intercepted. Sazaz tries to intercept, but it doesn't make contact with him, and it'll be go back down into the Bison zone for icing.
Matt France, the first player to say bonjour to the puck.
Good. That's good.
It's going to go like that today, Chris.
Yeah. I think I'm still waking up from yesterday. So, face-off lined up. Puck is dropped, and it comes back to the point. Shot by Adam Jones, but it goes wide. And the puck will be looped round Hallam Wilson, who will put it back on the net. In the corner now with Wilson. Puck behind the net. Collected by Paul Petts. Hits to Wilson. Wilson looks to put it on net, but it deflects off France's leg. Puck still loose. Pinged round into the corner, and now I think Connor Smith will try and release Sazaz, but he can't get it there, and the Buffalo will reset. Now Sazaz plays it in. He'll go for the change. Paul Petts will chase it in alongside Adam Jones. Jones leaves it behind. Jones plays it up, and Xander Robinson will now try and take it down the wing, but he can't get there in time.
Both sides are very physically up for this game today.
Roberts there with a hit on Petts as he's trying to get a lane change, and now Robinson will chase it. Few hits going in early as an attempt by Avery is gloved and played by Dan Weller-Evans, who had such a strong game yesterday. Dan Weller-Evans, he really put in a huge performance in the net. First chance there for I believe that was Connor Smith. That is Connor Smith seeing his shot blocked away by Dan Weller-Evans.
But in these one-off games, the net minding can be such a vital part of it. It really can be the difference between the win and the loss. I mean, as we saw yesterday, Slough Jets, young netminder Rory McGibbon, whilst had a cracking season deputising for Brett Massey, it was just almost a little bit too much for him yesterday in the playoff semi-final, and a little bit of a psychological edge that Dan Weller-Evans obviously has.
Yeah, he's been there before with the Bees and the Bison in these big playoff games, but it is so important that psychological aspect of these one game, 2-day weekends. All it takes is one perfect game on the first day, and then you've got to do it all over again the next day. As the puck is played up, that'll probably be icing as Beldacos collects it. Icing waved off, and he's challenged by Louis Nicholson.
There, hands up.
Nicholson, and we're going to see the first power play of the game. It's going to go to the Huskies, as I think Nicholson is going to head to the box.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, that was. It almost looked like it was Beldacos turned so quickly that he didn't expect him to come round, and the stick was on the floor, and unfortunately Nixon will be taking a seat for 2 minutes.
That's really good use there of Beldacos' own speed to try and draw that penalty and get Nicholson sent to the box. And now we'll have the face-off in the Buffalo zone. It will come away and be collected by Aston Keat, who will try and get it clear, but he can only get as far as his own red line. And now Stephen Woodford back to the blue line to France. France to Sazaz. There's a glove that's come loose as
there's Hallam Wilson losing her glove.
Woodford now. It's played along the balls to France. Hit into the boards there by Tom Banner. And now Buffalo, try to release Alex Sanford, but he can't get it clear. And now France will take it back down behind the Huskies net, reset. He's got Roberts and Beldacos in support. Roberts now will skate it down the wing. He's got Connor Smith over here on the near side, but Compton will get there first. Compton, and it's cleared out by Paul Petts.
The Huskies struggling to pen the Buffalo in here on the power play, keep returning to behind their own goal to rebuild.
Harry Houck up there on the high forecheck, and Cam Buckle will lose his stick as he tries a little poke attempt, and Carl Graham will now have to go to a battle in the corner. He wins it and dumps it up down the other end of the ice. Now Pete Toff will set it, plays it out to the wing. Avery currently looking at going up the centre, but Harkep's closing up that centre lane. It's played out to the wing to Beldacos. It's dumped back down, and Toff will go all the way back to recollect it.
You may be able to hear coming through those Huskies fans in full voice this morning, or this afternoon even.
As somebody who's part of the Stretton fan base, which are known for bringing noise, I'm very impressed with the sound of that drum. As the attempt on net comes in from the Huskies from Rory Taylor, but oh no, sorry, that was Pete Toff. Attempt on net, but it's covered up by Dan Weller-Evans.
12 seconds remaining in this power play, and in all honesty, this is how you kill a penalty early in a playoff final. It's been terrific from the Buffalo.
Been terrific from the Buffalo. They've done a good job of making sure that those puck carriers are forced out wide. They haven't really had a clear-cut chance as the puck comes back to the point, as Louis Nicholson rejoins the game and will trade places with Alex Sanford down on the bench as there's an attempt by Willingham, but it's padded wide. Puck to the corner now. Hepburn will chase it. Hepburn lays it back down to waiting man in the corner.
Good stick on the puck by Dan Weller-Evans there as we return to 5-on-5.
Joe Terrell as Freddie Stevens will chase it in. Stevens there with a hit from behind. He's got Paul Petts in support. Buffalo there just unable to get a stick on it, and it'll be dumped out, and the puck will be iced, and they're still stuck in their own zone here. They really need to find a breakout somehow.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's how they were dealing with the penalty, that after forcing the attackers wide, when they managed to get hold of the puck, they cleared it the full length of the rink. Having done that now at full strength, obviously, they've got on a defensive face-off.
We're kind of seeing the reverse here a little bit of what we saw yesterday. Most teams that killed the penalty yesterday would immediately see a bit of a momentum boost, but so far that hasn't really happened for the Buffalo.
No,
Sazaz will dump it in. It'll be collected by Sanford. Sanford will ding it off the boards, but it only makes it as far as the point.
Jaden Bulker there with a good effort.
Bulker again fires it in. Weller-Evans makes the save, but the rebound comes loose and it heads to the corner. Battle now in the corner. Appleby. Sazaz. And they've got Stephen Woodford out there in support, but the Buffalo will eventually try and get it clear, but it's only as far as their own bench at the blue line. Eventually it makes it all the way down the ice, and Luke Clark will reset things as Avery comes in to collect. Start out from behind the net. Here we go again. Beldacos dumps it off the wing. Here comes Connor Smith. Smith puts it on net, and that takes a really weird bounce, and it ends up in front. But nobody from the Huskies there or the Buffalo to get out of it.
Dan Weller-Evans almost breakdancing in his crease there, having her leg stuck out the front, meaning that the puck came off at a complete 90-degree angle.
Contrast to what we saw yesterday from the Buffalo. They were all over the Phoenix to begin with. Right now it's the Huskies all over the Buffalo.
That would be quite an H programme, that.
Yeah. Well, we're going to focus on hockey for this weekend. Xander Robinson dings it off to the corner, which negates the icing call. There's going to be a battle for the puck in the corner, but Buffalo come out with it. It's going to get played to the opposite corner, where Sam Hemmings-Mayer wins the battle with Pete Toff, but eventually it's played out. Now Smith The Huskies will return it. Hepburn. Hepburn to Hepburn. Hepburn winds up. It's blocked by a Buffalo and played over towards the bench. Buffalo again struggling to get the puck clear. Terrell will play it back to the Huskies' own blue line. Willingham forced out to the boards. Puck from the point by Hepburn. And Weller Evans again makes the save, but again he can't kill the play and it gets played back out. Now Hepburn again from up high, winds up again, shot blocked by the Buffalo, and we have a referee's arm up. We've got a penalty incoming, and it's going to be on the Buffalo. No, the Huskies. Cross-checking is the call, and it's against Lee. That's number 7. Yes, Joseph Terrell is heading to the box. No, wait, he heads to the bench, sorry.
Hepburn, is that?
Hepburn, it's against Hepburn. So it's against James Hepburn.
Well, now let's see the reverse. Let's see how the Buffalo look on the power play.
As we established yesterday in the Chieftains game, if anyone remembers who was with us, I struggle a little bit with brother pairings and separating them. Buffalo now. Trying to get it to the centre of the crease. There's chaos in front. Loose puck, and a Buffalo ends up on top of Luke Clark. I'm not sure who that was. There's bodies at the moment between us.
I think it was Buckle who ended up on top of Clark.
Yeah.
As he sprawled out to grab the puck, he's put his arm between the legs of... no, that wasn't Buckle.
Paul Petts.
It was Paul Petts.
Yeah.
And Paul Petts ended up flat on top of Clark.
Also, fun fact, I spoke to Blaine Evans last night in the hotel, and I found out that Cam Buckle convicted himself yesterday. He was not called and sent to the box. So we did not witness the rare sight of a referee changing his mind as Adam Jones fires one high and wide from the blue line, and now the Huskies will clear it and get the fresh legs on. Adam Jones into the corner, plays it out to Hallam Wilson. Wilson and Jones here trying to work a breakout from the corner. Jones now looks up the centre, gets it out to the boards. It's played to Harry Harkup. Harkup takes it down into the corner, stops up, back to the point. Harkup still with it. Back to, I think that's Sanford at the point. It is. Sanford up high at the moment, and the Huskies again.
That's well defended from the Huskies.
Now Jones is in a foot race with Hepburn. Hepburn beats into it in the corner, and he'll just tie it up here, try and kill as much time as he can. Jones hit there from Sanford. Puck comes away. Buffalo puck, and they will look to break. They've got 2 men high, hanging around at the blue line, but Sanford takes it all the way himself. Sanford around the net. He's obviously looking for the man option at the point. Back to Banner. Banner winds up. Puck through, gloved a little bit by Clark. It's still a bit loose in front.
Very nearly tipped in by Harry Harkup there.
And Banner will reset things, dump it in, and the Huskies will reset on the puck as the second power play unit for the Buffalo comes on, as we've got about 20 seconds left in this power play. So now Xander Robinson tries to get a shot off, but he finds it blocked, takes a hit in the corner. And
yeah,
two
penalties well killed this morning so far.
We are just surrounded by drums here. Stratum's drum has now started up to our left. Xander Robinson, shot blocked in front, and it'll be cleared by Beldakos all the way back down the ice as the Hepburn penalty expires.
Please excuse my lack of knowledge on the time. One isn't a real properly working clock in here, and 2, we had a very long day yesterday.
I think we just have to make a guess of it.
It's the afternoon. What better way to spend a Sunday afternoon than at Alexandra Palace watching the Southern Playoff Finals.
Face-off won by the Buffalo. Hemmingsmeyer takes it to the corner. Hemmingsmeyer from behind. Hemmingsmeyer looks to get it out in front, looking for Morgan Parsons, but he can't find him. Not Morgan Parsons. Played behind for Adam Jones. Jones wings it around the board. That's going to be collected by Freddie Stevens. Stevens now tries to loop it up.
Good play this.
Buffalo coming forward. Shot attempt by Buckle. Saved by Clark.
Excellent glove save from Luke Clark.
And that was good use of the speed there by the Buffalo, pushing it forward on.
It was Buckle almost broke as an odd man as they come forward, and the backhanded pass through centre ice let him cross the blue line, and it was a really good effort, but a good glove save from Luke Clark.
Oh, face up now in. And it'll go to the corner. Josh Richards will chase it in, try and win the puck, but he can't get it clear. It comes loose. Buffalo puck in the other corner. Big hit there in the corner.
The glasses are shaking.
And now it's a puck battle in the corner. A lot of stick digging at the moment. I wonder how long, if the referee's going to pause play here. But the Huskies will come up with it. Wellingham plays it to Appleby. Appleby, attempted hit on Appleby, but it doesn't really come off. As Josh Richards will collect behind the net. He plays it out, but it's played out only as far as Avery, who intercepts. Avery now takes it over the line. Avery's looking for the shot, but he's forced out wide. Avery dumps it down low. Intercepted by Sazaz, who takes it to the board, and he takes a hit from Compton.
Yeah, the physicality is just up to level in the last 60 seconds.
Off, and now and Paul Petts now will try to get it out of the zone, but it'll be collected by Roberts. Roberts skates it back. He's looking for an outlet, but he's being hassled by Paul Petts here. Petts chases Toff down, gets him to stop up. It's played up the boards as Hallam Wilson now joins the forecheck.
Incredibly ferocious forecheck from the Buffalo here.
Petts and Toff here with a battle in the corner. It almost comes to Hallam Wilson clear in front, but he can't get to it. But it's only far as the blue line. It's offside, and it comes back out as Alex Sanford tries to collect, but it squeezes back as Carl Graham will have to reset things. Played round to Sam Hemmings-Mayer. Dumped in by Hepburn. Carl Graham, Paul Petts will come in. Now Beldikos dumps it in, and Hemmings-Mayer will have to wing it round the boards, but it's only as far as the Husky player at the top, who will wing it back down. Terrell tries to strip Hemmings-Mayer of the puck. Puck put through the crease by Hepburn, but nobody could get on the end of it. Now Terrell played back to the point, dumped in. Hepburn will chase it, but it'll wing all the way back round, and now Paul Petts is in a foot race. He's got Hallam Wilson in support, but he can't get the pass there. The stick gets down and it's blocked. Jones plays it back out into the neutral zone.
Great defending from Corey Taylor there.
Thanks, mate. I needed a briefer on that one. Puck played across the front of the net. Dan Weller-Evans gets the paddle there just to get it across. Hallam Wilson will go into the corner, fighting with it with Stuart Appleby. Buffalo come up with the puck, but it only gets as far as the Buffalo bench, and we're going to have a face-off because I think it went into the Buffalo bench.
When they break with that 2-on-1 Buffalo, we saw them so effective with it yesterday, but Corey Taylor kept with the man, kept his eye on the puck, and stopped it from being a disaster piece.
This is the one problem with it, even with the fact that these two teams have only played each other twice this season, and both times they've been very close encounters. The Huskies won both, a 6-5 win in overtime in Basingstoke, and then I think it was a 2-1. Yes, a 2-1 win to the Huskies here at the Palace. They've been close games, but it's just a case of, for the Buffalo, it's getting that 2-on-1 operational as much as they possibly can, and you can't really rely in your game plan on forcing too many 2-on-1s because they're very opportunistic. And
the top four very tight in this league, and yeah, disgust at the icing call there.
Joe Wellingham not very happy, remonstrating quite vociferously with our. We're gonna go with mystery official because we haven't actually got a name for the referee at the moment. Puck is dumped down, and Banner will chase it down, get set up. He'll dump it along the boards, and that will be icing.
And no complaints about that one.
No.
sure if we get a delay later, Gangnam Style might reappear to get the crowd dancing again.
I don't think we're going to see a repeat of the YMCA. For anyone who missed the stream yesterday, as when the Zamboni broke in the second intermission between Chelmsford and Jets, our rink DJ, Mr. Alistair Gammon, entertained everybody by getting us all to join into the YMCA.
Orchestrated by a young Streatham fan as well, which was incredibly entertaining.
That was incredible. Buffalo now looking for the wraparound attempt, but they can't get it there, and it'll be dumped out. Compton tries to get to it to try and play it back in, but it'll have to go back all the way with Tom Banner. Compton, he's looking for an option. He's going to skate it himself, plays it out to the wing, looking for Christian Nicholson. Nicholson will chase it into the corner. Roberts now will play it back out.
Buffalo seem to be in the ascendancy now. They are forcing the Huskies to stay back within their defensive zone and coming with wave after wave, massive hit there.
And Beldecost with a big hit. There's been a series of these big hits throughout the course of this game. There's a physical edge to this game happening as Beldecost lays it back up. Avery now. Avery with the chance, padded away by Dan Weller-Evans. And now poke check opportunity. Avery dumps it back in. Sorry, not Avery. Pete Toff. Hepburn now. Played in. Padded awkwardly by Dan Weller-Evans.
Puck got caught between the tops of his leg pads there. Very nearly left him in a difficult position.
Well, the Huskies will look to push forward again. Played in. Hepburn gets there, but he's also got Freddie Stevens in attendance with him. Hepburn put it through the net. Hepburn tries twice, but Dan Weller-Evans gets there instead. Now Petz will try and bring it out, but he's surrounded. He's got about 3 Huskies players all over him at the moment.
He did very well to keep possession of the puck there.
Zamford. Compton. It's intercepted by Sazaz though. Sazaz dangling it, trying to get towards the net. Sazaz with a shot. Compton will clear it to the corner. And it'll be cleared once again. Contact there in the middle of the ice. As it's played down.
Good stick work there from Stuart Appleby. We've not seen much of him on the ice so far in this game. He was the difference for the Huskies yesterday as they qualified over the Phantoms.
Been a fast-paced game so far. I'm struggling at times to keep up with everything that's happening.
You're doing a sterling job, my friend.
Thanks, mate. Passed across at the blue line to Hallam Wilson, who can't get there in time to make sure it stays onside, and it will be played back to Dan Weller-Evans, who will leave it for Tom Banner, who brings it out to Hallam Wilson. It makes contact, but it only gets as far as the Huskies' blue line. So now Jaden Bulker will play it back to Matt France. France now. Chased in. Harry Harkup there on the forecheck. Buckle tries to stop it getting through, but he can't. But Tom Banner will. Banner plays it up the wing. Harkup makes contact with it, but Beldecost is there. France. Oh, and it just slips through and is gloved by Clark. Beldecost comes in to give Harkup a little tap and just remind him he doesn't like how close he is to Clark's neck.
No, and of course no such thing as an own goal in ice hockey, but very close to that sliding past Luke Clark.
There is no such thing, but they do happen. I believe the Pittsburgh Penguins scored one of themselves the other night.
I think this is the one we referred to yesterday, the short-handed, empty-netted own goal, I think, or something like that.
And now the Huskies, Connor Smith trying to lead the charge. Beldecost into the corner. But Carl Graham will collect it and play it out. However, it only gets as far as Avery. And now Cam Buckle trying to get there, but Pete Toff will get there and play it round the boards. Smith. Almost intercepted. A bit high there, but I'll get to it. Graham plays it across the boards to Harkup. Harkup plays it off to the corner, but Toff will get there before him. Now it's Buckle. Buckle looking for the option in front, can't find anybody, and it just dings out towards the half boards. Carl Graham now. Graham again.
A testament to this game that we've had no goals yet, minimal chances, a couple of power plays, but it's absolutely flown by. Just a minute and 40 remaining in the first.
Yeah, minute and 40 remaining. It has been it's been a wonderful end-to-end start to this week, to today so far now, as the Huskies will look to break that deadlock. Hepburn rushing forward. Out to the wing, Hepburn puts it in front, opportunity in front, can the Huskies convert? No, as Beldakos sees his opportunity fly far and wide of the net. Alex Sanford now on the high forward check. He's got Paul Petts with him. Petts takes the puck into the boards, and it's played back, and Adam Jones will skate back to try and collect it.
That play only progressed for the Huskies because of excellent work by Beldakos on the blue line, where he lost his footing but was able to adjust his body shape to remain onside and get his team into the offensive zone.
Alan Wilson and Sanford here trying to win a puck battle behind the net but can't get it. Thompson now will control it back at the blue line. It's played through to Wilson. Wilson dumps it in. Wilson gets body slammed, and then a little bit of retribution on Hepburn from Wilson. Calls for a penalty from the Huskies bench, but nothing coming of it.
6 of one, half a dozen of the other, I believe.
Yeah. This game has had a physical aspect to it, building all the way through. Huskies clear the puck. Banner to Alan Wilson. Wilson at the blue line tries to play it through, but there's nobody there, and I think his line's going to look for the change as Wilson skates on in to chase it.
Into the final 10 seconds.
Played up the middle, dumped down into the corner. There's contact, and again
it's contact. No hands up. I think the Huskies can feel aggrieved there.
Stephen Woodford did look like he was dragged down as he dragged down there. I think that's what you would call an interference penalty there.
Yeah, at the very least the stick, maybe even a couple of arms trying to block his path into the offensive zone.
I think about 3 Buffalo players to Stephen Woodford's 1 there. But ultimately, the period ends 0-0. A really good way to start this weekend. We've had a start that's had a little bit of everything. End-to-end hockey. There's a bit of physical chippiness going on out there that we can expect to probably ramp up. Lots of big hits going on. Been a good period so far, Ben.
Yeah, and it's good to see the officials letting that stuff go a little bit. We don't want to see a final decided by penalty calls, power plays. We want to see which of these two teams is really the best. And at the moment, they're incredibly even.
They're incredibly even, and Ben and I are now going to go away and try to wet our whistles and recover a little bit of our voices. So we'll see you in about 15 minutes for the second period of the game. Well, welcome back, everybody. We're here back for the second period of the Wilkinson Conference final. It's if you've only just joined us, the score is 0-0. It's been a back and forth opening phase with a bit of physicality attached to it.
A little bit of nerves as well. I spoke with Lee Mercer very briefly in the period break. They know it's going to be an incredibly hard game. They're both going to have to work incredibly hard to get the win. And obviously as the periods start to go down, the minutes tick down with no further goals, that's when the nerves of making that vital mistake start to kick in.
Yep, it's very much a chess match at the moment. Who is going to make that first mistake? Who is going to make that first slip up and allow that first goal? I think we're just waiting at the moment for the ice to dry a little bit before we get going.
Confirmation of our shots on goal. 12 on the Haringey Huskies and 12 on the Basingstoke Buffalo and 5 on the Haringey Huskies. In attendance this weekend, of course, we've got Andy's Man's Club, who are doing the presentations of the Man of the Match Awards, promoting men's mental health and getting men to talk out. You can find all their details on the England Ice Hockey posts regarding this weekend.
Just still. Well, I think actually no. We're waiting for the countdown to end on the ring clock before we can get going here with the second period. Although our mystery official is calling everybody in. Hey, mystery official, we haven't actually been able to find out yet what our referee's name is. Okay.
Only the brave ones let you know their name.
Controversial. So, Paul Petts will hop in for the face-off, and the puck is dropped, and we are away at the start of the second. But the Huskies are the ones who will come away with it. Played down now into the Huskies, into the Buffalo zone. Alan Wilson will help it along, but Appleby will play it across.
Fist that one across to his D partner.
And now Freddie Stevens. Play it up, but he can't get it fully cleared, and Adam Jones will have to chase. Puck's cleared up ice now, and the Buffalo have a 2-on-1 here. Paul Petts plays it to Alex.
It's in!
And Alex Sanford nets the goal that puts the Buffalo up 1-0 there. Beautiful cross-seam pass from Petts to Sanford, and he puts it past Clark to put the Buffalo up 1-0.
It's all about timing when Petts has got the puck. As he comes down the left, the Demon lays the stick on the floor to block it. The timing was perfect. The one-time finish from Sanford, and it's the Buffalo that take the lead on 33 seconds in the second period. No mistake there. That was just good play.
Well, we said who was going to blink first, and it appears to have been the Huskies who blinked first and made the first mistake, allowing that 2-on-1. We did say if the Buffalo could get that 2-on-1 working, they would find ways to score, and they have done just that so far to start the period. Compton now. Compton up the middle, plays it out to the wing to Harkup. Harkup now, they'll go looking for a second. It's played into the Husky zone, but the Huskies will repel it as Compton will have to chase it down to behind his own goal line. Compton plays it around the wing to Xander Robinson. Robinson tries to poke it clear, but now Connor Smith tries to get it to the net, but he can't. Sorry, that's Beldakos. And now Avery at the point, but Xander Robinson tries to come away with it. Nobody can really get purchase on the puck right now. Compton wings it off the boards, and it dings down to the far end of the ice, and that'll be chased all the way down by Peter Toff for an icing call.
A slight confusion there. The announcement coming that the goal was actually scored by Paul Petts and assisted by Alan Wilson. That's not quite what we saw, is it?
Not what I saw. Granted, yes, I will admit, because neither of them have their nameplate on the back of their shirt. They just have numbers. I have been struggling a little bit with Paul Petts and that differentiating Alex Sanford myself when they're moving at speed in this game. But
yeah, we had the benefit of a replay that Alistair unfortunately doesn't.
Yes. Anyway, it's played down behind the net. Banner will get there and wing it round the boards, and it'll head all the way down for another icing call. Very
close to getting a touch on the blue line there, but yeah, the Buffalo will come back into their home end.
I've never really understood this. Why? Because I can understand it to a degree, because as a defenseman at the point, you want to try and get that shot off. But if you've just seen the opposition defenseman just wing it around like that, I don't know why you wouldn't just let it fly clear and get the icing call, because you're still hemming the opposition. Anyway, puck is ending in the corner. Puck back at the point, Wellingham, and it's intercepted there by Cam Buckle. Shot comes in, swings wide, and Harry Harkup will have to come to the corner to collect it. Bit of a puck battle here going on in the bottom corner, but Xander Robinson, I'm going to reset here, Xander Robinson can't get it clear. Now Tom Banner will dump it down ice. I don't think that made contact, and again, this line really needs to get a clean clearance here for the Buffalo right now, because they've been out there a while.
That's a strange decision there, for Banner to ice the puck as he did there, but then not to change line. Really quite strange from the Buffalo. Of course, in the NIHL, I believe you can't. If you ice the puck, you can't change line for the following play.
So Buckle try and win the face-off. It all gets tied up there on the dot. Eventually it heads out to the corner, and now Xander Robinson will poke it up along the boards. He takes a hit as Banner goes into the corner looking for it. Buckle will come out with it at the end of the puck battle. Buckle wings it along the boards. However, Xander Robinson again stripped of the puck now as Martin Sazaz tries to take it in, but it'll be cleared as far as the opposition blue line. But unfortunately, the Buffalo still can't get that clean change off here. Banner across to Compton. Compton has got Buckle. Buckle's in the clear. Buckle here on a near breakaway. Buckle shoots. Buckle scores!
A bottle rocket. The water bottle comes flying off. And I was just about to say, the Huskies have responded brilliantly to going a goal down. And instead of giving me the opportunity for a commentator's curse, Buckle makes it 2.
Brilliant vision there by Tom Banner to find Cam Buckle out in the open, totally unmarked. They've been out there for so long, and I can't believe I've just seen a team that wasn't able to get a change off. Icing call after icing call, then turn it around like that and get the second goal.
Cracking finish as well from Cam Buckle.
And our linesman, Mr. Ward, not happy about something happening on the far side. Connor Smith and his counterpart in the Buffalo, Alex Sanford, getting a little bit too rambunctious. Now Jones played out to the wing. Paul Petts will try and kick it in. That's going to be offside, so the Buffalo have to regroup and head back. Smith now. Jones played out to the wing. Paul Petts puts it out to the wing. Here comes Adam Jones. Sorry, Alex Sanford. Sanford now tries to battle it to the net, but Avery will collect and he'll skate it round in circles. Smith. A lot of active stick work here, but the pokes eventually poke check cleared and out into the zone. But the Buffalo managed to get it back down into the zone.
How they respond to this, the Huskies now, is clinical, because if they concede again quickly, it could be game over.
Well, Huskies have iced the puck, but I mean, we are in a situation right now for the Huskies where, again, I'm going to quote the man himself. If Mark White was here, he'd be yelling on that bench, he'd be yelling, "Next goal, lads, next goal," because getting the next goal right now for the Huskies is going to be such a key thing for trying to get themselves back into this game. If the Buffalo get another one here and stretch that lead out to 3-0, it could build that momentum so high that the Buffalo just can't beat it back. Now Connor Smith, he'll look to spearhead it. Smith shoots, gloved by Dan Weller-Evans.
With consummate ease.
Weller-Evans looks to be a little bit more at ease with the puck this period. He seems to be fighting it a little bit during that first period. A lot of his rebounds weren't really going where he wanted them.
No, which is stark contrast to yesterday.
Off to the left side of Mr. Weller-Evans as we look at it. Dropped. Huskies will come away with it. Chance here from the point. Blocked, and now Alex Sanford's going to get a breakaway. Will Alex Sanford make it 3? No! Saved by Luke Clark.
Just run down the outside of the left foot, I think, there of Luke Clark to the side netting and behind. The Huskies can breathe again.
The Huskies will return it. Look for the wraparound on the net, but they can't get anyone there. It will be skated round by Hepburn, out to the side by his brother. Hepburn, tries to fire it in, but it's blocked. And now the Buffalo looking for another break. But
massive mid-ice hit on Paul Petts.
Wellingham will reset. We're going to have a power play here to the Huskies as Luke Clark heads to the bench.
The extra man is on. The Buffalo are forward checking high, but the Huskies keep hold of the puck. Now it's all over.
Oh, who's going? It's charging. Is that interference? No, that was
interference.
It is Carl Graham, 81. Carl Graham for the Basingstoke Buffalo heads to the box.
Scoots his way to the penalty box.
Yep. One of several long-serving mainstays of Basingstoke hockey history, Carl Graham. Back to the point for the Huskies, but they just mistimed it. They keep seem to being exposed. They're leaving themselves exposed to these poke checks at the point that have led to at least one of the goals that have gone in and against them so far.
Yeah, needing to tighten up on their own blue line. Ooh, the possibility of a trip there, but Bulker's back to his feet.
As Jaden Bulker goes down, calls for a slash or a tripping call there. France now. Wait. Bulker in support. It's played through, but makes contact, but nobody can get on the end of it. France will try and set everything up again. France up the middle now. Here's Wilt.
I think that's actually hit the concrete in Ali Pali above the net.
I think Steve Woodford just took a chunk out of the roof of Ali Pali with that one.
The thing on these power plays that we've almost come to expect now as short-handed goals were the order of the day yesterday. And the Buffalo have pressed quite high within the Huskies' power play so far.
They've pushed very, very high, but they haven't really been able to get a clear-cut opportunity off here as Banner gets into a battle behind the boards. Puck is down in the far corner. It's cycled up to the point. Huskies here looking to move it around. Beldakos. Smith can't find a seam. The Buffalo are boxed up quite well here. Toth fires it wide from the point. Banner will look to try and clear it, but he can't get it clear. Huskies will retain. Smith again. Smith to Roberts. Roberts shoots, dings it off. I think that was the post. Dan Weller-Evans makes contact with the net, and so the play will be blown dead. Callum Wilson now and Sam Roberts having words. They're not happy with each other.
Now that was a minor altercation in front of the goal on that play there. And
Roberts, and it's still going. Roberts and Wilson jawing at each other.
Yeah, both of them ended up on the floor during that play. Not entirely sure who was to blame.
I mean, given that Sam Roberts is 7 and 15 for 22 points on the season, but Callum Wilson is 45 and 30 for 75 on the season, if Sam Roberts can somehow get Callum Wilson taken out of the play, I think that's a win-win for the Huskies. Play to the corner. Wilson and Roberts, for the meantime, focus on playing as the puck comes loose in front. Opportunity there for Tom Avery. Almost called him Sean Avery, but it's gloved by Dan Weller-Evans.
The thing is, when you get these close range chances with a netminder the size of Dan Weller-Evans, you really do not have much to aim at.
Yeah, you really need. I mean, we saw it yesterday how the Chieftains kind of exploited Rory McGibbon's size to get those tip-ins from such a close range over his head. That comes back to the point, fired high and wide there by John Beldakos. Battle in the corner. Buffalo will come away with it. We've still got 12 seconds left in the power play here. Huskies looking to try and generate something in the garbage zones around the net, but they can't force it. And now it'll be played in as Carl Graham's penalty expired.
Good poke check from Dan Weller-Evans, and Smith just wasn't able to get control of the puck.
Now Xander Robinson will play it up ice, and that'll travel the length of the ice, and that'll be icing.
Yeah, we're even-handed again now, so icing call on the Basingstoke Buffalo. Bit of Foo Fighters for the first time this weekend. Looking forward to seeing them in June.
There's one thing, every time I've ever been to Slough, Alistair always plays a good mix. Especially love it when he plays the AEW Dynamite theme. Yeah. Puck comes out across in front, goes loose. Dan Weller-Evans just pokes it clear, and now the Buffalo will look to counter.
Yeah, gets his hand in a danger point there, Dan Weller-Evans, to get the puck clear.
Luke Clark reaching for it to try and cover it, but he can't get it. And now Woodford will bring it the other way. He's looking to try and play it up. It's down into the corner. Shazaz can't get to it. Carl Graham and Xander Robinson will gang up as Xander Robinson takes a big hit.
Yeah, keeping our eye there on Graham and Stuart Appleby.
Bit of drawing going on between the two of them. Now Buckle, he's got Robinson with him. Buckle fires, and it goes wide as it's blocked away by Clark, and it's played all the way back down the ice into the Buffalo zone, and that won't be icing. Now Avery will reset in the neutral zone. Got to skate it himself. Waits for his teammates to get onside. It's gloved by Dan Weller-Evans and played out. And now Jones gets to the wing to Harry Harkup. Harkup tries to play it off the wing to himself, but he's not able to. And now Beldakos. Beldakos goes around Weller-Evans, but he just can't get it past the pad. Back to the point. Toff winds up, fires straight into Dan Weller-Evans, and there's a few afters as it's felt that Connor Smith was again a little too close in on the net.
Yeah, a little slash towards Dan Weller-Evans after the play there. The two having a small word after that.
That's typical Connor. He likes to play a bit like that. He likes to play. It's all those years with us in Streatham. He's developed the edge, the Streatham edge, as I like to call it.
but it was an incredible example of bodies on the line as the Buffalo player sort of dived across the front of his own goal to avoid the puck going any further.
Well, of course, right now, Hallam Wilson has to make decisions based around the worst lead in hockey, the 2-goal leaders. Paul Petts tries to chase it in. However, it's turned over, and now Connor Smith. Smith will use the centre lane, but he's closed down.
Oh, I think it's in! I think it in! No goal!
No goal, but Huskies fans in the arena thought it had gone in. It had somehow crept past Dan Weller-Evans. I think it struck him on the head. May have landed on the goal line, may have slipped by, but whatever the result there, the call on the ice is no goal.
There are Huskies officials down to that right-hand side in that corner. None of them are making too much fuss about it, but Dan Weller-Evans appeared to jump and try and head the puck clear over the top of his own goal before it fell down behind him.
Alex Sanford collects in front of net, and it's saved by Clark, and it's cleared. And Graham decides to collect it. It won't be called for icing.
We've ignited in the second period here.
Flurry of chances here for the Huskies seems to have reignited the momentum in their favour. Hepburn also wheel at centre ice, plays it down into the corner. Carl Graham, though, will get there first. He's got Sam Hemmings-Mayer out there with him. Vander Robinson now in the corner. Robinson and Graham will try to win the puck. However, the Huskies will come out with it. Smith, it's back to Avery. Avery winds up. Can't get enough power on it, and Dan Weller-Evans just pads it to the corner.
The puck almost defied physics there with the way it went towards the goal.
Hemmings-Mayer and Avery in a puck battle in the corner. It's back to the point. Wind up. Beldakos winds up and shoots, but it's padded away again. And the net has come off again. Dan Weller-Evans makes contact with the net again, and it comes off its moorings.
I think Dan was actually pointing to the referee. He thinks that it's the Huskies players that are getting too close to him that's forcing it to come off.
Sorry, I had to admit a little bit of, after all my years of watching Elite League hockey, where it was a mainstay that, in the early days anyway, that netminders would often push off the pegs. You always used to think it was the netminder that was responsible for pushing the net.
It's something I've seen Aaron Taylor at Solent do a few times this year.
Wonder where he learned that. Was Aaron Taylor, who we will see later on today, who had that one game that Solent netminders seem to have against Streatham teams at least once a year for the last 4 or 5 years, where they all stand on their head and prevent Streatham from getting the win, even when everything, including both houses' kitchen sinks, have been thrown at them.
Normally that man is Chico Cole, who is in attendance here today.
I'm sure Chico was very, very proud of his replacement's efforts yesterday, as the Buffalo now will look to wing it round the boards to Xander Robinson, but he can't get to the puck. Huskies will try and pen it in here. Stuart Appleby along the board. Xander Robinson again, but it's only as far back to the point. Fired in, and Dan Weller-Evans will glove it.
Connor Smith certainly is getting up the nose of every single Buffalo D-man.
Like I said, it's all those years playing with us in Streatham. He's got an amazing offensive skill set, but he's picked up that sandpaper from spending 3 years playing with the likes of Brandon Miles and Ryan Watt. Alan Wilson now in a foot race with Beldakos. Beldakos will get there first. Wilson tries to get the puck, and now Paul Petts. Petts and Beldakos now in a battle. Puck is penned in here behind the net. Huskies almost get away with it. Beldakos and Wilson both go down in a heap. There's a bit of a cross-check to Wilson from Beldakos.
Yeah, I was expecting a hand to go up there, but nothing did.
Meanwhile, it's played out to the wing. Tom Banner will intercept, and Paul Petts will try to get the stick on it, but we're going to have another icing call off. As Alistair Gammon announces over the rink PA that we have competition. Apparently, somebody else has been streaming from within the rink.
I'm sure they're not doing it with this quality.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you do have relatives and friends here at the arena today, please text them and remind them that the only stream that anyone should be watching is The one provided by the EH with myself and Ben here on the air.
And fabulous work from our producers as well, Tim and Lauren. Oh, it's off Weller Evans. Ooh.
Chance from the half boards there for the Huskies. Paul Petz will try and whack it out past the boards, but it's intercepted by Avery. Avery now, who's got Appleby in support. Sorry, Joseph Tyrrell. Tyrrell in support. Dinged along the half boards, and there's another hit from Hepburn on Hallam Wilson. Off. Dumps it down in. Hepburn dings one off of Dan Weller Evans, and it's played out. And now the Buffalo will look to break. Sanford tries to cut it towards the net, but can't get there. Sanford still with the puck here behind the net, and the arm has gone up, and it's going to be the Huskies who head to the penalty box.
John Baldicos, I believe.
Baldicos is not best pleased with that.
Oh no, it's Toth. Rob Toth.
Toth is not best pleased.
The holding here, I think.
Referee's going to... Yes, holding.
That first line is back out now for Haringey.
One thing I have absolutely loved this weekend is the fact that we're looking down at where the referees make the hand signals.
Yeah,
in Streatham, I'm on the opposite side of the rink to where they do it, so I have to guess half the time.
From behind.
Yeah. Anyway, Adam Jones.
The only one easy to call from behind is misconduct, which is a fabulous refereeing pose.
Yeah. So it's played down to the boards. Jones at the point. Jones to Wilson. Wilson will look for the opportunity. Jones fires. It's high and over. And the Huskies will clear. Sanford now. Sanford on the wing. Sanford cross seam. Opportunity. Saved. Jones again fired wide from the point. Hark up there tries to try and get a rebound chance, but Clark covers it up. Huskies there.
Harry Harkup in the crease that very nearly got that deflection on it to take it into the goal.
Yeah. Huskies there though, really allowing the Buffalo to move the puck around at speed there. When you've got a line out there that concludes Alex Sanford, Hallam Wilson, Adam Jones, and Paul Petz, like I don't think it's really advisable to be that passive and just let them move it around like that, especially at the speed that these guys are able to move it at.
NIHL 2, that's a cheat code, that line.
Yeah. Hark up again, tries to win the puck battle, but it'll be cleared all the way back down to the other end of the ice. Jones, he's chased by Hepburn, but Hepburn can't get there.
Oh, that was unlucky there, Hepburn to Hepburn.
Wild loose puck goes across the centre of the slot, but nobody there to collect it, and it'll end up bouncing back down behind the net. Wilson to Jones. Jones will circle. He's looking for an outlet. Gives it to Sanford. Sanford would buckle in support. Xander Robinson is out there as well. Chance from the point by Banner. It sails wide, and it's on the wrong side of the net. And
the puck was held for a very long time there by Avery.
Yep, Avery literally leant down, picked it up, skated a few steps, then dropped it onto his stick. And the arm is up, so I think he's going to get a penalty. He is.
He's going to get holding the puck, I think.
Was delay of game, maybe? Find out now as our mystery official does the hand signal dance.
Must be something that's not a signal for.
I don't know. What would you signal for holding the puck? Maybe put your hand out in front and drop like you're dropping the puck there for the face-off.
That's very visual for people that are not looking at us.
Yeah. I forgot this is radio, not technically television.
Yeah, this is definitely television, and quite fine television at that.
Yeah. Puck. Huskies return to full skaters as Toth returns to the ice. Puck is played up.
Yeah, they killed that period of 5-on-3 quite well.
Illegal handling of the puck is the penalty.
Beautifully put as well. Some of our viewers may not be aware, you are allowed to catch the puck and simply drop it, but to hold it in your hand and skate a few steps is of course gaining a bit of an advantage, hence the penalty there for Tom Avery.
That's my new penalty I've learned. I had no idea that existed. I knew obviously you couldn't do hand passes or forward hand passes or anything. As the Buffalo now take it down the wing, it's skated out wide, back to the half boards. Arc up here, it's back to the point. Shot comes in, padded wide. Arc up tries to get to it, but the Huskies will get there first, and it'll be cleared the length of the ice straight at Dan Weller-Evans, and that will count on the shot counter. Out to the wing. Arc up goes from the inside to the outside. Back to the point. Samford. Wind up from Jones. Jones's shot padded out in front, and no Buffalo stick could get on the end of it.
Luke Clark having a little bit of afters with Harry Hark up there as he came through the crease.
Wellingham clears it the length of the ice. Just 10 seconds now left in the penalty for the illegal handling of the puck. Jones down low, pinches, plays it around the boards. As Haringey returns to full strength. Alan Wilson.
Oh, and that's gone out of the zone. What a poor time to let the puck cross the blue line.
It was a well-worked power play by the Buffalo. They just couldn't really seem to get on the end of anything in the final third. And now the Huskies will look to break. Hepburn down the wing. He's got Smith there in close attention, but it's turned over,
Big
and now that'll release Paul Pett to the middle. Is
that a trip? We're going to have a penalty shot?
Are we going to have a penalty shot, or are we just going to have a regular tripping call?
I think it's just a regular penalty call.
Christian Nicholson, I don't think he was exactly clear in on net. He was tripped, he was impeded, and he'd have 2 or 3 Huskies around him.
He certainly had work to do, but yeah, a very blatant trip there.
Just as the Huskies kill one penalty, they get themselves back into penalty trouble by getting another one, and it is going to be Peter Toff who returns to the penalty box.
I doubt his seat is even cooled down.
And he is really hot about that one. Almost smashes his stick on the plexi on the way in.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think for Toff, there's not much arguing with that penalty.
No. I mean, we did think yesterday that we had finally seen the miraculous moment of a referee changing his mind after player protest, but Blaine Evans confirmed it wasn't the case as Alex Samford fires one from the blue line here.
Now, as you said earlier, Paul Buckle had condemned himself. Cam Buckle, beg your pardon.
Puck is intercepted, and now the Huskies will bring it back the other way. Hepburn wide, but Jaden Bulker almost gets on the end of a 2-on-0, but he can't get there, and he's closed out.
Really, really great attempt for the Huskies there, but again, good defensive play to not allow Bulker that space to get the shot away.
And Alan Wilson plays it through. It's dinged back out and now collected in the neutral zone by Adam Jones. Jones to Wilson. Jones again. Buffalo will reset here, try and look for a way forward. Jones
just over a minute remaining in this penalty, just over 2:20 in the period.
Really high forecheck here by the Huskies. They've been holding 3 men back, but they've got that 1 man up there playing high right now, and Appleby is in behind the line. But Dan Weller-Evans is able to clear it out here. Now, Hark up, cross seam to Samford. Samford fires high and over. Things getting a bit tight here in the corner. Puck played out into the middle. It's back to Banner. Banner fires, and it'll be blocked.
Great block by France.
Yeah. Big frame there on Matt France. You're going to have to place it perfectly to try and get one around him. Banner will reset. Wait, back at the point. Xander Robinson is now out there. The second power play unit for the Buffalo. We've got about 8 seconds left on the power play for the Buffalo. Xander Robinson now. He's got Sam Hemmings-Mayer out there on the wing along with Bucko. Robinson opts to shoot, but the whistle goes for an offside call.
Incredibly tight offside call there, but when these linesmen do stand directly on the lines, they are the best place to call that one.
And Peter Toff will return to the ice, and we'll be hoping he isn't quite so quick to return to the penalty box. Drop. Hemmingsmayer tries push it forward. Hemmingsmayer takes a tumble from contact. Compton will go into a foot race with Connor Smith. Connor Smith and Compton. Smith comes out of the corner with the puck. Played across to Banner, and we are into the final minute of the second period here.
If the Huskies could try and force a goal in these final 60 seconds, it will give us a hell of a third period.
Now Xander Robinson. Xander Robinson can't get the shot away. Follow-up chance there by Nicholson. Sorry, Cam Buckle.
Bodies on the line there from Beldakos. Got right down and blocked the puck with his backside.
Robinson closed out there by the two bodies now as Beldakos dumps it down on in, and that will be icing. So with 23 seconds left on the clock,
the Huskies are where they don't want to be, back in their own defensive zone with just 23 seconds remaining.
And the worrying thing here is that we've got 23 seconds on the clock, and Hallam Wilson can obviously, because he wasn't the one that iced the puck, he can deploy that top line, which is what he has done. Him, Alex Sanford and Paul Petts are out there with Adam Jones. Loose. Laid down into the corner. Dumped down again, and that will be another icing call.
Yeah, it's been a tough period for the Huskies. They're going to be having some serious words in that locker room from Dan Simpson to see how they can get themselves back into this game.
Face-off won by the Huskies. It's played back down behind their own net.
We're into the final 10 seconds now.
Smith. Petts. And there the buzzer sounds to end the period where everything has gone really the Buffalo's way. The period ends, the Basingstoke Buffalo 2, the Haringey Huskies 0. Buffalo with two great break opportunities. First a 2-on-1 that saw Paul Petts and Alex Sanford combine to get Alex Sanford poke home the first opportunity, and then Cam Buckle converts an absolute belter of a breakaway opportunity.
The perfect period from the Buffalo, really, where the first period was so even, as we said, no quarter hours, no quarter given, 6 of one and half dozen of the other. It was just cliche all over of what everything a playoff final should be. But that second period, the Buffalo really took control. They were, when defending, when the Huskies were coming forward, waiting on the blue line for those poke checks, getting the breakaway. Both goals coming, as you say, on a little breakaway. Both fantastically finished. They'll certainly be the happier of the two teams as we go into the final period. For the Huskies, it's a massive uphill task, a task they have to do every time they come and play at this venue at the top of this incredible hill in London. But this is the biggest hill they'll have to come up this weekend.
And to overuse a cliche, for Hallam Wilson, it's a tough task now. It's the 2-0 lead. It's the worst lead in hockey.
Stick or twist.
Stick or
fish
twist.
or clutch bait.
Yeah.
We've got so many cliches.
Yes. Do you nudge or do you stick in this situation? Do you try and park the bus, or do you try for 3, maybe 4, try and get this closed out early at the start of the third?
Well, we'll wait and see.
We will
Hallam
see.
Wilson and Paul Petts are gambling men.
Yep. We will be back in about 15 minutes when the intermission is over, so we will see you all then. Well, welcome back, folks, for the conclusion of everything here at Ali Pali in the Wilkinson final. We are about to enjoy the third period. For those of you joining us, it's 2-0 to the Basingstoke Buffalo. It started about 33 seconds into the second period as Alex Sanford netted off of Paul Petts' pass on a 2-on-1. And then a little bit later, Cam Buckle got a breakaway and scored to make it 2-0. Shots on goal were the exact same for the second period, with 12 on the Buffalo and 5 on the Huskies. So we have resumed everything, and Ben Hyde will be back along with me shortly, but for the moment I'm going to fly this one solo as Paul Petts plays it up the wing. It's dumped in. Adam Jones will chase it down. Jones will ding it along. So Buffalo will try and get the centre seam, but Hallam Wilson can't find space, and it's poked away, and he'll have to regroup. Dumped in by Wilson, and it's gloved by Clark, and we'll reset, and we will go for a face-off in the Huskies' end. And it looks like so far the question obviously I asked Ben at the intermission was, will Hallam Wilson opt to go all in and try and get that third goal, or will he sit back and play a bit conservative? In the opening phase, it looks like they're going all in. Xander Robinson, Tom Banner, puck battle here at the boards. It's tied up under the Huskies bench, but it eventually comes clear now as Avery dumps it down in. It's played across the middle to the Beldacos. Chance in front, Connor Smith puts it high and over. Smith now in the corner, puts it back across the centre, but Harry Harkup's there. Toff now, he'll take it down into the corner. Toff behind the net, stops up, looks for the option, back to the point. Avery down to Toff. Beldacos here behind the net. Smith as well. Smith puts it across in front of the net, and now the Buffalo will look to break here. Harry Harkup's got a breakaway. Harry Harkup shoots. Pad saved by Clark, and it'll be cleared as Beldacos will try and chase it down, but he's chased by Cam Buckle and closed out as Freddie Stevens closes the puck up, and he'll play it round the boards here. Now it's played back down. Avery. Bend. He'll look for the break. Hepburn looking for a breakaway up the middle, but gets enough contact with the puck where it flies up and away into the corner, so that avoids the icing call. Freddie Stevens in a battle for it here in the corner, and my broadcast colleague Mr. Hyde has returned just after the glitz and glamour of interviewing Mr. Alex Murray ahead of the final this afternoon.
My apologies, being the host of Zero Pucks Given and being a commentator at the same time is spreading me very thin.
Alex Sanford plays it out middle, but there is going to be a call here, I think, for a slash on by Hallam Wilson. No, it's going to be hooking. Either way, Hallam Wilson is going to head to the penalty box here. So how's the mood with Mr. Murray? How is he?
Incredibly confident. His eyes almost look glazed, actually, I think. And I spoke to Alex Cole briefly as well in the period break. After beating Streatham, they're of the opinion that who's left to really be afraid of. And they're both incredibly confident. They've worked incredibly hard on all their game plans, and they're very much looking forward to it.
Well, I would argue that top line for the Chieftains of Bartlett and Lack is enough to be afraid of alone after last night's performance. Face off here now in the Buffalo zone. Our linesman is just reminding Mr. Bevel enter, just reminding Tom Banner to stay in his position as Bulka will play it across the ice, puck down into the corner. And for a second there I thought I was hearing a chant of Bison, and then I realised it was actually Huskies. There's Xander Robinson now. He's got Harkup in support. Harkup shoots. Pad save again by Luke Clark.
Harry Harkup almost had the game on his stick there with a chance for a short-handed goal here in the third period.
And that's the second time in the last few minutes that Luke Clark has been forced into making that kind of a save off of a Harry Harkup break chance. Huskies now. Appleby skates it round. He fires it.
Dan Weller Evans again.
Now Sam Hemmings-Mayer bounces it off the boards. Toff will get there before him. Plays it through. Carl Graham is there though, and he'll collect, and he'll just skate it back, settle it. Hemmings-Mayer will make contact with it and send it through. I'm not sure why
they've called icing, and Hemmings-Mayer is infuriated.
There's no icing on a penalty kill.
No, I think the ref has admitted that he got that wrong there.
Well, speaking of our ref, thanks to a friend of the broadcast, Mr. Andrew Day, I have the name of our mystery official. Ben, would you like to take a swing at pronouncing that name?
I'm going to go that is Jarl Snar.
I'm going to go with Jarl Snar as well. So our referee, we found out after here at the beginning of the third, our referee is Mr. Jarl Snar. And I apologise for anyone watching who thinks I've butchered the pronunciation on that. Sam Hemmingsmayer plays it back out, and it'll be collected by Willingham. Willingham will skate it round, gives it to Roberts. Huskies struggling to find a shape here, really, on this power play at the moment, as Jones will force Roberts along the boards, and it'll be dumped out by Paul Petts.
Well cleared. The Buffalo, when they're forechecking, they've got their 1-2-1, and when the Huskies make it in, they're in a block of 2 and 2. They're making it really hard for the Huskies to break them down.
Smith there taking along the boards, trying to look for an inside move, but there's just a wall of red shirts between him and the boards. Willingham at the point now winds up, fires, and it deflects wide to the corner. Alex Sanford now. Sanford takes the puck. Alan Wilson is open in space. Wilson just can't get to it in time. He'll put it across the front of the net, and there's nobody there in a red jersey to try and poke it away. Now Connor Smith on the return. Smith takes it up the middle, fires it, and Dan Weller-Evans will pad it to the corner where Tom Banner will be there to collect. But Roberts is there as well.
That's a missed opportunity from the Buffalo.
Sanford tries to bounce it off the boards, but France knows he's going to do it and blocks it. Lot of physical play here as players close each other out, getting in each other's way, poke checks everywhere, and Jaden Bulker now will reset the play for the Huskies. Laid up ice. Compton now. Compton across the Banner.
Jaden Bulker, of course, with experience of a player final with the Chelmsford Chieftains back in 2021. Banner across the Compton. Buckle. Harry Harkup here. Harkup shoots, and he had Xander Robinson heading towards the net, but he just couldn't get there. Harkup goes down, but Xander Robinson tries to skate it through. He's going to be offside, so his line mate Cam Buckle skates it back to Carl Graham. That was well played by Buckle there to notice that his teammate was offside and handled the puck quite delicately on the blue line.
Play in the corner now. It's played out. Attempt there to try and release Joe Tyrrell for a breakaway opportunity, but it didn't quite come off, and it'll end up being moved back into the Huskies zone. 6 minutes gone in this period, and at the moment it really does look like Callum Wilson has settled for going all in on that 2-0 lead, trying to extend that advantage.
Yeah, when you've got the D and you've got the netminder to do that, with 2-0 being a dangerous scoreline, it's probably the right thing to do. And as far as netminders go, we've just been visited in the commentary gantry by the aforementioned Chico Cole.
A legend of NIHL 1 South, a man who has haunted many a Streatham forward over the last couple of seasons.
Many a Chelmsford one as well.
Yeah. Adam Jones will win the battle for the puck in the corner. He did across. Callum Wilson tries to come away from it. Paul Petts tries to force it forward, but the Huskies close him down. Puck now in the Huskies' end, behind the net, and the Huskies will look to get their forecheck going, but they can't. Played back now. Freddie Stevens plays it up the middle. Callum Wilson. Wilson delivers a check at the same time he plays the puck off to the corner, and that'll be dumped all the way down the ice for an icing call, and that's going to continue to trap the Huskies in their own end.
Yeah, again, we've not really seen too much from the Huskies this period, but I think with that 13 minutes still left to go, they know they've still got time. Where the Buffalo are sitting back, the counter-attack chances are quite limited, so they're going to have to use their time, be patient, and try and work the opportunities instead.
And at the moment, that Buffalo side they're still very much within reach, but the Buffalo side really are exploiting their speed on this very tight ice surface, which is something I wouldn't expect really to see working on a tight ice surface like this. You would expect to see players skating themselves into the board, but they're not.
No, but as you said, with a score at only 2-0, from what we saw last night, we saw 3 goals in 70 seconds, so we know that games can turn on a sixpence in this sport.
A bit of confusion there as the puck is played into the neutral zone now, but played across by Beldakos. Beldakos in front, turns backhand, and it's saved and covered up by Dan Weller-Evans.
Good bit of an invention on the play from Baldercost there, trying to backhand the puck past Dan Weller-Evans. But as we said in the first period, when he's that big, there's not much goal to aim at.
No, you're not going to find much but pad from that close range against Dan Weller-Evans at that point. Connor Smith now at the top of the circle, fires it wide. Baldercost goes in looking for the rebound, but he can't get there. Connor Smith now charges down. He's down on the ice. Adam Jones will ding it along the boards. It's collected by Harry Harkup. Harkup
collected the puck and evaded hit in one movement there.
And now Xander Robinson is in front of the net, but Harkup collects it. Harkup shoots. It comes loose, and Luke Clark has to dive onto it.
That is a game-saving save from Luke Clark.
And great work there as well by Xander Robinson, drawing the eye of Luke Clark, forcing him to make the decision. Do I block off Robinson or do I block off Harkup here?
And that's, to be fair, a player who I said hadn't had much points-wise for the Basingstoke Buffalo this year. Harry Harkup really showed there what it is he does offer for the Buffalo.
A bit of modest producer this year with 8 plus 10 for a total of 18. But he's one of many players in British ice hockey who, just because his stats don't look at the same as Hallam Wilson's are, for example, this year, doesn't mean he's not a quality player.
You need those grinders on the ice that have got the technical ability and the flair to open up spaces for other players.
And Xander Robinson, meanwhile, will chase down an attempt at the... I believe that's icing. That there is some incense from the Huskies bench. They're pointing in the... I think they're arguing which side of the ice the face-off's meant to happen on.
I suppose it's small margins.
But again, it's that people down at ice level and players and referees see everything very different, and they're obviously seeing different things to what we're seeing up here. I mean, even with our bird's eye view up here, you would expect that we are missing things. Shot comes in there from Joe Terrell off the face-off. Hepburn will win it in the corner, and it'll be played round to the other Hepburn as it is played out now. And here we go, breakaway for Hallam Wilson. He's got one man in attendance, and Peter Toff.
Oh, so we're waiting for a whistle there as the puck clearly hit the safety net.
Peter Toff there doing a brilliant job of acting as a screen, closing out Hallam Wilson's opportunity. Luke Clark getting the save and it deflecting up and into the safety net. And bit of a delayed reaction from our officials in terms of blowing the whistle, but we do get the face-off eventually. There was some controversy recently, I think in Fife, with a game between them and the Glasgow Clan over whether a goal should have counted after it hit the safety nets, or allegedly hit the safety nets.
Always could cause a problem. We had a case at Invicta recently where they were disputing a goal because it went through the goal net.
Interesting. I remember I played a game at the old Bristol rink, and the old Bristol rink, there was a divot below the one of the goals that meant the puck would fly through, and we had a goal disallowed because it had flown right through and under that divot.
That's in! The Huskies are back in it!
And I believe that's John Baldercost.
Indeed. A great finish into the top corner over Dan Weller-Evans.
Straight off the face-off. Finds the space, finds the hole, finds the slot in the net and just roofs it.
Now we've got a game on. 14:50 remaining in the third. It's a one-goal game.
Yep, it is 2-1, and Hallam Wilson's strategy of going all in, trying to get that third one, has backfired here.
Yeah, they doubled down on red, but the roulette wheel may have landed on black.
So, France now will play it up. Connor Smith. Connor Smith is stripped of the puck. And the Buffalo will look to break here. Harry Carker, but he's closed out by Toff. Smith chasing the puck. Jones plays it into the Huskies zone as it's bounced off the boards. Toff. Jones. Played in by Harkup.
Confirmation there that the goal was scored by Baldacos, assisted by Woodford and Appleby.
Now, speaking of Baldacos, the other Baldacos, Ben Baldacos, pushing forward. Of course, the goal was scored by John Baldacos. The Buffalo will push forward. Sanford here with Petts in close attendance. Paul Petts there at the front of the net as Sanford puts it through the crease, but nobody allows him to get to it. And now the Huskies break 2-on-1. Opportunity, it's saved by Dan Weller-Evans from James Hepburn.
The way the Huskies are coming back, I think even Audrey Hepburn might have a chance up there.
And if I can employ a very cheap pun here, the Huskies' tails certainly are up here right now. That one goal has shifted the momentum here, all in their favour. They've had several really, really, really good chances here.
Yeah, it's now, can the nerves of the young Buffalo players hold?
Well, I suspect right now that Hallam Wilson is probably going to double shift more experienced elements of that roster. Probably expect to see a lot of Carl Graham, Adam Jones, Compton and Tom Banner for the next few minutes at least.
Of course, with the effort they put in yesterday, though, tiredness could be a factor.
Indeed. Now, as Alex Sanford tries to force a breakaway down the wing, he had Hallam Wilson up the middle now. As the Huskies will bring it back on the return.
It's in! It's 2-2!
Joe Tyrrell down the wing, puts it on net, and it just slips through on the angle past Dan Weller-Evans, and it's 2-2.
I was just about to remark that the Huskies seem to be skating with a little few extra miles per hour as they're coming forward. So much pace, and it was the pace of Tyrrell when he transferred it to the shot, but as it's gone inside the near post, it's hit Dan Weller-Evans and ended up in the back of the net. Tied game, 8:50 to go in the third.
And this is playoff final hockey. All it takes is one moment now as Xander Robinson plays it down in. Harry Harkup will chase it, but I think we've got an offside call here on this one.
It's gone so loud in here, we sound drunk in our headphones.
Xander Robinson tries to win the puck battle, but it's played down into the corner where Jaden Bulker will get tied up with Harry Harkup. Now it's played to the front. Xander Robinson almost there, and now the Huskies will break again. It's 1-on-1. Played out to the wing. Save by Dan Weller-Evans there as Stephen Woodford was forced wide and forced to take the shot, but it will draw the face-off in the Buffalo zone.
Yeah, we can see that top line out again for the Buffalo with Compton, Sanford, Wilson, Petts and Banner.
And I don't think ever a more poignant song for this moment. Time is running out by Muse plays out across.
That's quite beautiful.
That is quite what. Alistair's a genius at times. He does with the PA music. Sanford now. Can't get it cleared, and the puck comes in from Avery at the point. Avery again now. Avery, he looks across seam. He looks for the option. Baldacos. Baldacos puts it in. It makes contact with our referee, Mr. Schnarr. And it's still active in the Buffalo zone. Compton now will look for the stretch play. Hallam Wilson was floating.
They kept it in.
But now Connor Smith intercepted. And we're going to have a penalty here against the Buffalo. And the hooking is the call, and Paul Petts is going to head to the box.
Well, they've seen this sort of spiritual end to the season spiral away in front of their eyes as the home team stick 2 goals on them in the space of 90 seconds.
Well, there is still 7 minutes and 52 seconds of regulation time to go here. Harry Harkup going up against Yanni. Appleby. Anyway, Buffalo will get the puck clear. It's played down towards Luke Clark, who will rest it with the paddle and wait to play it out. Martin Shaz was looking to sneak through there up the centre, but he can't, and it's played out only as far as the halfway mark. Bulka now. Bulka will look for the option. Skates out wide, dumps it in. Battle behind the net. Freddie Stevens will come away with it. He gets it to Harkup. Harkup is forced back down the net. And it's out to Avery. Avery with it at the point. Avery, it's played across to Appleby. Appleby dumps it down to Shaz. Appleby now. Appleby waits, but Appleby scoops it out past the blue line, and the Huskies will have to get out.
All over.
Appleby. Avery. Appleby on the doorstep, and he collected after Dan Weller-Evans just mistimed that, and it's played the length of the ice here, and Clark will settle things down for another go at the rush. Huskies now. Connor Smith winds up and fires it. Beldakos will skate it round behind the net. Beldakos is pass though, goes wide, and it's up past the blue line as Josh Richards comes charging out to try and get to it, but he can't get there, and it's played back down into the Husky zone, and they'll once again look for the reset. There's 15 seconds left on the power play. Avery gets it as far as the corner. Oh dear. And Connor Smith almost there with an open chance in front of the net if he could just get there to it, but he can't. Alex Sanford gets the puck down in the middle ice as Connor Smith dumps it back in. And with about 4 seconds left on the penalty, it looks like that one. Well, yes, Paul Petts has already left the box. The clock has stalled up again. So the penalty is killed.
I say killed quite well, but the Huskies didn't do enough to keep them in the zone there. Great blocker save from Dan Weller-Evans.
And Beldakos forcing another save out of Dan Weller-Evans with a couple of whacks at the puck. And now Callum Wilson plays it up the boards. Paul Petts will collect it. He tries to release Alex Sanford, but Sanford can't get there. And now Hepburn. Hepburn down the wing. Hepburn puts it cross seam, but no one in a Huskies jersey is there. And now Hallam Wilson with Alex Sanford in support. Wilson, he'll try and thread the needle. Can't get it there. Still has it behind the net. Wilson, Sanford. Paul Petts circles towards the net. It's still caught up in the corner though. Wilson, Sanford. And the Huskies will get to it as Joe Tyrrell clears it.
There's a foot race on here.
Hepburn in a foot race sort of gets to it. It gets whacked up and hits into the safety net. So we're going to have a face-off here in the Buffalo zone. I believe Ben is now suffering from the same technical issue I suffered at the start of the Streatham game yesterday.
I think because you beat me here, you've stolen my set from yesterday.
Very possibly.
Chieftains legend Danny Wright down there in the foyer.
Meanwhile, it has been iced by the Buffalo, so we are back once again in the Buffalo zone. Xander Robinson tries to break clear, but he can't. Compton now with it behind the net. It's played across to the wing. Xander Robinson now just can't get the purchase on it, and it slips by. It's now here by the boards with Buckle.
The Huskies seems to have lost that momentum that they got with the two quick goals, but now both sides fully aware that one mistake could finish the game.
Well, we're back. Yes, we're back to we're back to the way it was at the beginning of all of this. Neither side really wanting to give an inch. Harry Harkup now. He'll skate it down the boards. Harry Harkup, he's still out wide. Harkup back to the point to Jones. Jones's opportunity takes the deflection, and it'll be played back into the neutral zone, and it makes its way all the way down to the Buffalo zone. Freddie Stevens will collect. Turnover here. Connor Smith tries to make something happen, but Hallam Wilson forces it back into Buffalo possession. Wilson now wings one off of Luke Clark there.
Yeah, great save from Luke Clark. He stood strong as the puck bounced off his chest.
And it's played all the way down the ice. No icing call, interesting, that one. As Sam Roberts will try and generate something for the Huskies, but at the moment, a lot of possession being traded here back and forth in the neutral zone.
Oh, a backhand across the crease there, but unfortunately no one there for the Buffalo.
Now Connor Smith. Smith still with it down the wing. Smith will look to shoot. Pat save Weller Evans, but Smith will recollect it in the corner as he takes a hit from Compton. Now Samford. Samford looking for Wilson in the middle. Wilson now, he's got two men ahead of him though. Wilson gets closed out and now Hepburn on the return.
Offside!
Beldakos, and it's called offside as Beldakos was way ahead of Hepburn there.
We're now 57.5 minutes into the game, and that was the first time that the Huskies went two men on Hallam Wilson.
This is playoff hockey. And to borrow from the Waterboy, last game of the year, Ben can't hold anything back now. Played up to centre ice. Huskies. Hepburn now will try and sneak it through, but Jones will be there at the far end. Tyrrell's there with him. Carl Graham now wings it round the boards and it will head all the way back down to the other end.
And the Huskies getting a lot of encouragement and a lot more cheerful than just, you can do it.
Final 2 minutes of the game. Hepburn intercepted by Harkup. Harkup finds Xander Robinson. Xander Robinson will look to get it in. Xander Robinson.
Oh, it's in! That's incredible from Xander Robinson!
Xander Robinson goes round the defenseman and just slots it into the bottom corner past Luke Clark. 3-2 Buffalo with 1 minute and 48 seconds to go. This story gets another chapter.
That was probably the cleanest break play that they've had, other than the 2 goals they'd already scored. Xander Robinson took the puck so neatly through the centre lane of the offensive zone and didn't panic when he got round the defender. They tried to lean on him, but he had just enough space to poke it past Luke Wright. And the dream is still alive. Apparently Basingstoke never dies.
Basingstoke never dies. It's something they've been trying all afternoon with Xander Robinson, is to try and thread that needle up that centre lane. And finally, it just had to work once, and it has worked. As Alex Samford now gets it out to the wing. Samford is closed down though, and it'll be returned as the Huskies now will look to push with Stephen Woodward. Woodward still on the puck, gets it across the blue line. Appleby is there at the middle. Woodward though is closed out. Opportunity there from the half boards by Bulka. Shot in the slot by Saz.
Is there a trip in there?
Alex Samford will return it. Samford coming the other way. He's got Paul Petts in the middle. Paul Petts on the puck. Petts fires wide. And oh God, we need a breather.
We do need a breather. The last 60 seconds of the game. I can imagine the next time that the Huskies get the puck offensively, that Clark will be heading to the box.
Well, speaking of, Luke Clark settles it. Gives it to Avery.
He's looking at the bench. He's looking for the call.
And now, meanwhile, Beldakos gets it across the Buffalo blue line. Xander Robinson, the man whose goal at the moment could be the decider, as Cam Buckle gets in, but Luke Clark comes out and plays the puck out.
Final 30 seconds.
Carl Graham. Graham will dump it in. It's intercepted. Beldakos across the blue line to Avery. Avery puts it through to Connor Smith. Smith, he's closed out. There just seems to be a wall of red.
Clark has headed to the bench. We're empty netted for the Huskies.
12 seconds left. And
7, 6.
Well, the whistle had gone.
We've got a penalty, I think, for the Huskies. Or a timeout.
No, we have a timeout. A little difficult at the moment to figure out where we are in terms of how much time's left because of the clock.
We're going to go with 28 seconds. As you can see, if you're following us on the stream, it's just actually reset for the timeout.
I think
but
it
did say 26 seconds.
I think it's actually, we have 13 seconds left in this game. And now Callum Wilson using his timeout as well. We saw this tactic used yesterday.
We did indeed, yes.
Bit of mind games here. Just make the Huskies wait that little bit longer for them to try and get out there and execute their game plan.
But I mean, back to that goal, just an absolutely incredible take from Xander Robertson. Calmness personified as he went forward with the game on his stick. Has he just absolutely set fire to Basingstoke?
I mean, it's unbelievable composure from such a young player there with the game on his stick like that, to just almost threading a needle. I know it's an overused cliche that I've probably said a few too many times this afternoon, but it was an incredible moment of playoff hockey to witness that. And I think, yes, we have 8 seconds. I think that's what the final score is on the clock as it comes back to Avery. Bulka looks to put the shot in, but it can't get there, and the clock will count down.
It's all over. It's just after the buzzer, I think.
To the net. I don't know whether that's going to count.
Buffalo have done it.
Basingstoke never dies, and Basingstoke are the 2024 Wilkinson Playoff champions.
The net is off. The players are in an enormous bundle at the end of the ice there. Absolute elation on the face of everybody that is supporting the Buffalo.
What a wonderful story in British hockey. Hockey in Basingstoke this year has suffered so much with everything that has gone on surrounding the rink. And for this to be the final chapter in the 2023-2024 season for Basingstoke hockey, what a moment.
A team whose home is falling apart around them. The trophy's just made its way behind us with Hayden Hunter from England Ice Hockey. When they lift that trophy, the roar is going to be incredible.
And I don't assume right now, if he's not in attendance, Mr. Anthony Russell currently is doing backflips in his front row.
He will be absolutely cock-a-hoop.
Yeah. And as somebody who spent 4 years hanging around the Basingstoke rink, I've got to say, I'm feeling a little bit of I know these days I'm strutting, but part of my growing up in British hockey was 4 years hanging around the rink in Basingstoke, and I'm pretty pleased to see this happen as well.
Well, we were saved from the impending doom of overtime by that goal from Xander Robertson. May well have earned himself the man of the match with that goal. But the Haringey Huskies, they put in a really, really solid performance, but it just wasn't enough for them to take this playoff title in their home rink, and they are the runners-up for the second year in a row in their home.
And it's been an incredible season for the Huskies, finishing second in the league. I think they made the semi-finals of the cup, obviously, as well. But it's such a shame for them to come away from such a really good season with nothing really to show for it.
No, they run Phoenix really quite close in the league as well to finish in second position. They made their way through the playoffs with a really hard quarter-final where they lost the first leg at home, come through on a shootout. Yesterday was, as we said earlier, an incredibly grinding game that they come out of on the good side of a 2-1 win against the Peterborough Phantoms too. But absolutely heartbreaking for the Haringey Huskies.
I think part of it, when you look at it, really is it's like Lee Mercer said, but the reason behind why they haven't moved up, they're not moving up this year. They have a lot of young developing talent that they want to focus on developing next year, and I think it's a factor of that. It's the experience of the big moment like this. This can only help those young players they're looking to develop, because you learn so much from moments like this.
No, and as you say, having that experience, whether you win or lose, is absolutely valuable. Incredible music choice of System of a Down's BYOB from the DJ as we just head towards the the trophy presentation with Blast Off, It's Party Time, I'm sure going to be how they see this in Basingstoke.
Yeah. And as Bobby Roode's theme song, Glorious, rings out throughout the arena, and the words of it, I will not give in until I'm victorious, and the Buffalo did not give in until they were victorious today.
Alistair Gammon falling foul to what we've fallen foul to a couple of times this weekend.
There is, however, a rather large contingent of Basingstoke Bison fans. There's a lot of Bison jerseys I'm seeing around the rink, and a lot of faces I've recognised from those years I spent hanging around the rink. So the Bison fans have definitely adopted the Buffalo in the absence of...
They will. This may not be the Bison, but this is the Basingstoke team. This is the only team that they've got to support. They've done so as much as they possibly can this year, with the restrictions in their rink, meaning they can only have about 100 people in there. They've had full support everywhere they go. Coming to the playoff final weekend, every Bison fan had said that they were going to be supporting the Buffalo. I'm sure they've felt it on the stream at home from the crowd that have been in here. And it's Danweller Evans that takes the beers.
So well deserved.
John Beldacos for the Huskies just before whilst we were talking.
Yeah, sorry. Yes. Danweller Evans has been an absolute wall in net for the Buffalo this weekend. So much experience, such a great talent in the net. Had a bit of a struggle, I think, in that opening phase of play today. Really had to fight against the puck, but as soon as the game kind of got dialed in and settled in, especially after those 2 goals went in, he seemed to just get it dialed in and wasn't going to stop much after that point. So, was going to stop nearly everything. It's only the first game of the day. So of course now we're going to get down to the presentation. I think first of all we have the presentation of the runners-up medals that will go to the Huskies. And of course also we should mention John Beldacos getting the man of the match, getting that goal. Wonderful well-placed shot out in space in front of the net. As the Huskies will take a lap of honour. And no doubt we can see also the Mercer out there applauding the home fans. No doubt already in his mind he's plotting and planning ahead of next season just how do they get past that all-conquering Guildford Phoenix roster.
I think for the Huskies, they're going to have a really good go at the NIHL 2 title next year. As we know, Lee Mercer has confirmed they will not be stepping up as previously thought to the Britain division. As we've said, a lot of young players, a young roster that they're trying to build, trying to increase their turnover of youth coming up into the first team. There is going to be a new women's side playing here this year, next year as well, which is brilliant to see. But I think you can see them having a really good go at the NIHL 2 title next year.
Oh, definitely. I mean, we've both they've got 2 brilliant developing young prospects in the Beldacos brothers. Connor Smith, even though he's not really a development prospect of theirs anymore, but still a young developing player, is certainly a star forward for them. Had an absolutely incredible breakout season for them this year. If they can, I think, add some more maybe high-end experienced players to that roster, it might help put them over the top. And now Danny Pershand and Aidan will hand out the winners' caps. Yanni Vitana, somebody I don't think we saw much of in either of the games this weekend, but former playoff champion himself at NIHL 2 level, of course, with the Bristol Pitbulls. Something of a mainstay at this level, has no doubt been a voice of voice of guidance and experience for this. For what is it's a mixture of Bison past and Basingstoke hockey future. This Buffalo roster this year.
Just coming towards the end of the Players' Awards here for the game before the trophy will be presented.
Carl Graham, another stalwart of Basingstoke hockey. Thanks, here's the board.
Then what I didn't actually hear confirmation of was the final score, because was that empty net goal on or after the buzzer?
I think given the amount of time that there was on the clock, I don't think it's going to have counted.
Good to see we've had former Basingstoke legend, of course, Nicky Watt from 4000 and counting, listening along to the stream. Watching along, of course, I'm sure.
Hi, Nicky. Nicky, who was, I believe he was here yesterday, wasn't he?
Nicky was here yesterday, yeah.
And I'm just going to say hi to Paul J. Moody. Yes, Paul, I was here backing the boys. Obviously, I know these days I roll with the Stretton team, but you know, I don't try not to forget where I came from. And I'm very happy, obviously, to have seen the Buffalo.
Wait, having a little flick through Twitter, I can see us on in a pub here.
I think I heard about this last night. Yeah, I believe there was a pub that booked an entire thing. So obviously, I'd assume that's in Mustangs country. So,
I believe, yeah, that may well be down in Kent somewhere.
So to everyone watching, everyone obviously watching at home, thank you for joining us. We hope you're enjoying the coverage.
Well, it's just a fabulous way to do it. Obviously, we've got 8 teams here this year that have got enormous fan bases. There's only so many seats and standing places in here. Yeah. So streaming a game like this is absolutely vital. Another massive shout out to Tim and Lauren who've been doing the stream. As far as we've been aware, we've not been made aware of any issues. It's been of incredibly good quality, possibly commentary aside, but we don't want to big ourselves up too much.
Well, I heard some feedback from some Chelmsford fans this morning before we went on the air at I didn't catch the lady's name, but she said her mother had been watching at home and was very, very thrilled with what we've been putting on. So to that Chelmsford fan watching at home, thank you very much for those kind words. And so the last of the presentation hats is presented as Compton steps forward.
The winner's hat is on for Captain Compton.
Sam Compton steps forward to receive the trophy. The traditional photo is taken, and now Sam Compton will raise the NIHL 2 Wilkinson Playoff Trophy. The Basingstoke Buffalo, your 2024 NIHL 2 Playoff champions, ladies and gentlemen of the South.
Scenes at Ali Pally.
Limbs everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Limbs.
So many buckets on the ice, it looks like there's been a robbery at B&Q.
And of course now, so much lumber as well that it looks like there's been a robbery at B&Q. And of course now, and Hallam Wilson and Paul Petts, the two masterminds of this cup win, step forward, and now the man whose performance in net this weekend really backstopped this and makes so much of this possible. Dan Weller-Evans takes his lap of honour.
Yeah, what an achievement for Petts and Wilson to sort of put this roster together out of spare parts, really. Things coming from the Bison, what they had at the Buffalo, coming through the youth system there. They've put a roster together that are playing for each other every second they're on the ice.
And Scooter Carl Graham there celebrating as well. I mean, it is an incredible achievement, not least just because of the fact that obviously one of the things that I know players consider whenever they're signing anywhere, I don't mean to harp too much on the state of the rink in Basingstoke, but obviously the quality of the facilities that you're going to end up going to be playing in factor hugely in players deciding where they want to play. And hats off to these guys to deciding, you know what, I'm going to go play in this rink that I know it has its problems, I know there's a lot going on here that's controversial, but you know what, I'm going to try and I'm going to represent the town of Basingstoke and try and win a championship for Basingstoke hockey. And they've done it. They've pulled off this amazing fairy tale story to end their season.
And as is customary with the winning of any trophy in any sport anywhere across the planet, Queen and Freddie Mercury ringing out with "We Are the Champions."
Of course, also I believe I've already seen some beer maybe going into that trophy already. But I think as the Buffalo now they're going to take their lap of honour past the army of black and gold that is filling up the block next to us in preparation for the Chelmsford Chieftains, which of course we're going to segue here into that. Our next game obviously today, I believe, is 4 or 5 o'clock face-off?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock face-off, ladies and gentlemen, as the Chelmsford Chieftains take on the Solent Devils in the other of the most surprising, well, at least half surprising from certain people's perspective, mine included, final of the weekend as the Solent Devils look to give Drew Campbell a victory party as he announces his retirement. But we will be back at 5 o'clock, around 5 o'clock, give you a little bit of pre-game, but we are going to go away, get some water down our throats, try and recover our vocal cords a little bit, and we will see you at 5 o'clock when Ben is going to take over the lead when he gets to call his team in a playoff final.
Well, I never thought I'd be saying that. Looking forward to seeing you then, guys. Make sure you come back. Thank you for joining us.